Hey there, this is Rob from Southgate Media Group. The following podcast was recorded during the SMG Podcast Marathon at Indy PopCon 2018 in Indianapolis, Indiana. This podcast marathon was 10 hours long and featured 19 podcasts covering a wide variety of geek-centric topics. Before we jump into the episode, I want to thank our amazing sponsors for this SMG Podcast Marathon. Without you, it would not have been nearly as cool. Links to our sponsors can be found in the show notes and at our website, southgatemediagroup.com. First of all, thank you to Tango Comics for the exceptional event poster. Thanks to our banner sponsors, Passionerdly Podcasts, Tome Travelers Podcast, Kinda Nerdy News with KJ Podcast, Movie Madness Podcast, Ed Maudlin and the Maudlin Realty Group, Very Dark, Very Quick Podcast, Advanced TV Herstory Podcast, Seriously? Let's Play Podcast, Dice Voyeurs Podcast, The Masks of Nythralothtop Podcast, The CritShow Podcast, The Amazing LARP, Chronicles of the Realm, Midnight Matinees Podcast, The Blue Box Café in Elgin, Illinois, Otherworld Theater in Chicago, Illinois, the This Week in Geek Podcast, live at the Blue Box Podcast, the Binge-Worthy Podcast, and SMG Microcons. A special thanks to the Bonus Hours Podcast Network for sponsoring our free charging station. There would have been a lot of dead devices without your support. And finally, thanks to the sponsors of our program, the Bonus Hours Podcast Network featuring the podcast Between the Profound and Profane, Kinda Nerdy News with KJ, The Crit Show, an actual play podcast, Very Dark, Very Quick, the podcast, Passionerdly.com, featuring the podcasts Dice Voyeurs and Tome Travelers, the Kevin Long Show podcast, and finally, the upcoming book, Pod Life, Podcaster's Stories. And there we go, the plugs are done. Enjoy the show. Welcome to Pop Culture Countdown, part of the SMG Podcast Marathon 2018 here at Indy PopCon. And this is a show from Live at the Blue Box. This is one that we do regularly. We use it as one of our segments where we take a subject and we each come in with our top 5 usually and our own ideas on that, and then try to break it down to the top 3.
But we all have to agree.
Yeah, but we all have to agree. So there's usually a lot of argument, and I'm usually right.
Anybody taking notes?
And today's subject we decided last night, so there is no prep done, which is so unlike us. We're going to do the best Harrison Ford movies.
But I have a rule to throw in here. Is my mic on?
Yeah, and they're hearing you.
No Star Wars or Indiana Jones.
What?
We take those out because we know those are fantastic Harrison Ford movies, and we focus in on everything else.
The most important thing is, can I mention Batman?
No, why? Why does anybody want to talk about Batman?
Can we introduce ourselves?
No.
Sure.
Let's start with you.
I'm Martha Southgate. I'm co-owner of Southgate Media Group. And on such fine podcasts as
This one?
Binge-Worthy, Real Idiots.
Binge-Worthy, Real Idiots, Live at the Blue Box.
Where I'm about to start an X-Files podcast called The X-Fields with Melissa Maxey.
So many feels.
All the feels.
I'm Alil Kunica. I do another podcast called the League of Geeks podcast. I also do This Week in Geek and the Enough Said podcast whenever we decide to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Chris Mao. I'm co-owner of Blue Box Café in Elgin, Illinois, and I'm on this show and many other shows on the Southgate Media Group network.
And I'm Rob Southgate, co-owner of Southgate Media Group, and I'm on just a ton of shows, and I guest on a lot of stuff, and I do a lot. So that's the easiest way to do it. Mm-hmm. Chris and I do Disturbed. That's fun.
Yes.
Alil and I pretend to do Enough Said, so that's fun.
Disturbed is American Horror Story.
Yeah, and we do...
they don't know that.
We do Binge-Worthy and other things. So Ever After with this lovely girl.
Which is a Once Upon a Time
Cuckoo for
podcast.
Who, which is a Doctor Who podcast. There we go. I think I got it all out.
A few things.
So let's do Harrison Ford. So we're taking Indiana Jones and we're taking Star Wars off the table. Is that correct?
I think so. I think that's fair.
I think we should.
Okay.
I think we should. So who wants to start? Who's got one?
Well, I'm going to start with my number one then, and that's The Fugitive.
I have The Fugitive also.
Yeah.
Everybody?
I don't have a list.
Chris, are you?
It might
writing?
be. It's on my list, but I don't know where it's ranking yet.
No, but does everybody have it on
Yeah,
their
Fugitive
list?
is definitely going to be on my list.
Okay.
Top 3?
No, just
Nope.
on your list.
Yeah, it's on
We're
my
not
list.
to the top 3 yet, Chris.
You
He's
forget
very,
how to
conf- he's
play.
very
Are
confused.
you trying to hurry us
Okay.
through this thing?
No, I'm just wondering. what
So the
we're
top
doing.
3 are... No, go ahead.
No, it's fine. So I mean, I think The Fugitive is good. It's not bad.
So all of
I'm
us say...
Here's my question, though.
Yeah.
Because he was in some really incredible movies, but he wasn't the lead. Are we talking about only the movies that he's the lead in? Because there was the
Apocalypse
the
Now.
Conversation, Apocalypse Now. I mean, he
I
was.
I think he has to have a
Yeah.
pretty big role.
Yeah, I
So-
think he
so
should be
take
a lead,
those off.
A lead or a big part. Because, like, Apocalypse Now, he's not a big part.
I know, but if you're comparing movies, are we talking about what's the better movie?
I think he
or-
needs. I think he
No,
needs to
it's
be
him
in
as
it,
So
the
it has
lead.
to. Okay.
not just showing up and reading 3 lines and he's done.
Right.
So.
So leading man, Harrison Ford.
Okay, so I'll go next.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Witness.
Oh, yeah, that's on my list. I love Witness. Alil hasn't seen it.
I know I have seen it. It's not on my list. It's not on my top 3. Are we doing 3 or 5?
5.
All right, fine, 5. Then yes.
So
then
it's
I'll put it on
there
my 5. Yes,
For 5.
definitely.
Okay.
All right. My obvious choice is Blade Runner.
Very.
I think Blade Runner's maybe
It's
his
gotta
best
be.
movie. So
Have I
Not
seen it?
the second Blade Runner, even though that was a great movie. It's the original Blade Runner. You've
the
seen it,
original,
yeah.
yes, the 1982.
Okay.
That is also on my list.
This is a dumb list. This one, we're going to whip through this one.
I-
This one is Pop Culture Countdown. We're talking about best Harrison Ford movies. Harrison Ford? Maybe you've heard of him. I know he's only been in like 2 things, but yeah, he's an actor that we really like.
Oh, come on. He's in Maudlin.
He's in,
Yeah.
he's in a few things.
So the movies I liked him in was some of the comedy movies.
Okay.
Comedies. And y'all-
Are you a co-host? No, I'm kidding. What comedies would you like?
Really?
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, my God. Let's
Oh, you're on the spot now.
see. I know. I'm an equal kind of guy. All right. I want to say Car Wash, but it wasn't in that one. Sorry.
Oh, I wish he was.
That would have been great.
Next we're doing Richard
I think he
Pryor
played
movies.
The Brush, didn't he?
Okay. The latest one I can think of was the Jimmy Kimmel bit. So that's the latest one I liked him in.
Harrison Ford was in something?
Yeah, Jimmy. Oh, my God. Do you remember when...
That's not a movie, though.
No, it's not a movie, but literally, what is comedy he was in was Batman.
Have you been drinking?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Water, just
The
water.
day is young.
Really gonna think of it.
By the way, everybody, this is security for our show. You can't think of a comedy. Working Girl was a comedy he was in. You guys remember when he was in Working Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, you liked that when he took his shirt off. Remember that?
Oh,
Oh, who doesn't?
Sigourney Weaver.
She kept her shirt on.
No, I know.
That was her, and it was Melanie Griffith, right?
Yeah.
Who else? What else? What's another
David
comedy he
Duchovny
did?
was-
6 Days, 7 Nights with Anne Heche.
Hollywood Homicide.
Neither of those makes the top 5.
No, I
No.
didn't put any of these
That's got
on.
Josh Hartnett in it.
Of course.
Hairnet.
We'll be speaking of Josh Hartnett later today.
I couldn't remember Working Girls easily. I know he was in
Although, if it was, I would give Car Wash I would put that right in the top 5. What did we say? You said Witness? We said Fugitive.
Witness and The Fugitive. So
And
far.
Blade Runner.
And Blade Runner.
The Martha, you don't have that on your list?
I don't recall. seeing that
You know
one.
what? I think we're missing a big one. I think specifically Clear and Present Danger. I mean, I know that he was in Patriot Games and that,
Yeah.
but that Clear and Present Danger was an
Is
amazing
that better
movie.
than Patriot Games? And I can't remember.
Air Force One.
Wait 30 seconds because
different one.
you'll
Air
hear
Force
what I
One's
said because I just said that. He was in Patriot Games and then he was in Clear and Present Danger. Clear and Present Danger is better than both of those. Better
Okay.
than Patriot Games, better than
Because I
Air
just
Force
wrote
One.
down Jack Ryan. I think that should just.
Well, that's like
Yeah.
saying Indiana Jones or Star Wars.
So maybe we
Air
should
Force
talk
One,
about
he's not Jack Ryan. Air Force One, he's the
He's
president.
the president.
Right.
That's right. I was.
Did
yes.
you guys have Air Force One on your list?
I did.
Quick question.
Really?
Wasn't Jack,
The bathroom's right back there.
not yet. I was going to ask, do you remember the movie that had Alec Baldwin started as Jack Ryan?
Yes, that was
Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
And then Ben Affleck played it too. Yeah, and then here's the thing: if you watch that one, and then you know that he becomes Batman, it gets better. And then he becomes Batman, and it gets worse.
Is that
I think so, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Mosquito Coast.
Yeah, he should have not signed the paper.
What about the Hollywood?
All right.
the holidays?
What else do we have? Mosquito Coast, Mark.
Okay, I know, but I'm seeing if I think he won something for that. I'm trying to
Did you guys see Mosquito Coast?
That was
I don't remember that movie.
Here's the thing. We saw the movie. I remember I liked it. It wouldn't make my list because I don't remember. But I read the book, and the book was great. I know, although you don't read, but
I don't.
It's a great book.
I'm anti-reading.
And I thought he was really fantastic.
I believe in illiteracy.
I just can't remember. But, like, it's not one of those that, like, when you think of Harrison Ford, I mean, obviously everyone goes, oh, Han Solo. Oh,
Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, River Phoenix, based on the novel. But I think he won something. So let me just check that.
He won a
most
Twiggy.
handsome Han Solo.
Most shirt off Han Solo.
So how many people have that on their list?
I have it on my list.
I do not, because I don't remember. It didn't come to mind. Like Witness, Blade Runner, those came right to mind. I was going by the
I
ones
will
that,
give
like,
you guys Blade Runner, of course, because
Blade Runner-
I know that everybody loves it and it's
Oh my
a classic.
God.
I don't know.
And see, that goes back to when you were saying.
But I'm
like,
wondering, do you love Harrison Ford in Blade Runner, or do you just
I do.
love Blade Runner?
I do. That's why I said it's the first Blade Runner, not the second. I love the second one, and I loved him in the character in there, but I think he was better in the first one. I thought the first one, he was exceptional. He made that character. And I mean, it's how many years later? What? Let's see. Let me do the math. It's
technically,
1928.
Blade Runner is supposed to happen next year.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 2019. So,
But if you go back to
Harrison Ford will be running around here
when
looking for
he
replicants.
didn't win
Crashing
an award
Planes.
for it.
When Martha just figured out he didn't win an award.
Took me a while.
If you go back and you look at like what was happening when Blade Runner came out, who he was playing in movies, his portrayal of Deckard was so different. And here we are, 10 years after that movie came out? I can't, I'm getting old. Time is slipping. Like 30 years after the original Blade Runner. I was
I was
kidding.
going to say 10 years ago.
36, Rob. It's okay.
If we look at that,
The same year
we
that
are still debating whether he was a replicant or not. And that is not just what's based in the script. It's all these little things people talk about from the performance. That is an exceptional performance. Martha doesn't know what I'm talking about. But
No, it's in there somewhere.
it's in there somewhere, yeah.
It's just locked away.
I think that one deserves possibly number one.
Okay.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner over The
If we take
Fugitive.
out
Over The Fugitive.
Indy, I would think so too.
I mean,
Fugitive
if
is
you
good,
have,
but Fugitive is a little formulaic. It's a little bit kind of. It's well acted with him and Tommy Lee Jones. I mean,
Their chemistry was insane.
no, it was great. It was a great movie, but
I write
And it
fanfic
was
about
Chicago. Do you? I think I might read that.
yeah, we call it This Week in Geek. So
Never mind. I'm not going where my mind went.
Oh, I know
Thank
where
you.
it went. Yeah, I love The Fugitive. That's
I think it's a great movie,
film,
too.
But I think that Blade Runner is a better film. I think Witness also deserves. That would be number 2 for me.
Okay.
hold on. What about Presumed Innocent? That's the first time That's the first time he ever really played a bad guy.
Yes.
He was-
spoiler. Alil hasn't.
Hold on,
seen that
it's
yet.
9,000 years ago. So
I was like
Anybody
6
see
when it
Presumed
came
Innocent?
out,
Yes.
so I don't
Anybody?
remember.
Okay,
No.
then you didn't hear what he just said. That's a great film, and it's based on a Scott Turow book, Alil reading.
Chicago's Own.
Yeah,
who was-
Anti-reading.
He lives in Evanston.
And he was my friend's lawyer, and I can tell you the story of him going to jail at some point, but it's really good. He was his lawyer.
as the king of one-ups, I've had dinner with Scott Turow. So.
Oh, yeah?
He was friends with my ex brother-in-law and sister-in-law. So
Nice.
I have a friend named Scott.
That puppet,
wait.
that puppet is named
No.
Scott.
He has a friend. You don't.
True.
That puppet is
Okay.
named Scott, so take that.
What about Frantic?
Frantic was good. I don't think it deserves to be on there.
I don't think it's top 5.
It did very poorly in the theaters, but the critics
Loved it. Yeah, the director on that was a big name. I can't remember who it is, but it was one when it came out. Everyone was talking. It was tons of buzz, and it tanked.
That's where he plays. He's like a killer, right? Isn't he
Yeah.
in that one? Yeah.
Spoiler.
Well, we liked a lot of his movies, but do they deserve to be up there?
Right.
So here's what I think. I think
was
that
Roman
I think
Polanski
we're going to come up with
was
the
the
top
director.
three.
Roman Polanski, yeah.
I think we're going to come up with the top 3 really fast, and then I think what we should do is rank his franchises in order.
Oh.
So let's do our top 3. So I say Fugitive, Blade Runner, what was the
And
other?
Witness.
And Witness.
And,
No.
and Clear and Present Danger.
Well, you have to have 3.
I do have 3.
Okay, but they don't want Witness on there.
Clear and Present Danger, Blade Runner, and Star Wars.
Fugitive.
Star Wars.
I would say.
You guys,
I would
this
say.
was supposed to be easy.
Indiana
It's not.
Jones, Star
we're doing that
Wars,
one after.
and Star Wars.
And
Okay.
Apocalypse Now.
So wait, so what were your? I forget what.
I'm
we
going to say
said.
Blade Runner.
Fugitive, Blade Runner, and
Fugitive,
what was
Witness
No, I
or-
forgot.
Oh, no.
and the one with
Air
Jack
Force
Ryan.
One?
Oh, Presumed Innocent.
I had Air Force One, yeah, but
Presumed Innocent, or was it the other one?
You know,
Clear and
Presumed
Present Danger.
Innocent is
Clear
an
and Present
exceptional
Danger.
movie. I mean, if you're going to go there, I got another one that's like that is really good.
Sabrina.
No, Sabrina. That was what our security guy loved. I love Car Wash and Sabrina. That's what he said.
But Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which he wasn't in. So.
No, what was...
Could you imagine that? A remake of
Below?
Sabrina
No,
the
is it
Teenage
called
Witch
From Below?
with Harrison Ford
What Lies
playing
Beneath?
The cat.
Yes.
Playing
the cat.
I liked What Lies Beneath.
The cat as
That
Han
was Michelle
Solo.
Pfeiffer.
The cat has the vest on.
We're having
Did
two
you
different
guys
podcasts
see,
at the same
did you
time
guys
now.
see What Lies
What we
Beneath?
usually do.
Yeah.
All right, but this
This
my
is a really
plan
good
is
one.
totally
Ours is
wrong.
better.
This is a really good one. What was it?
What Lies Beneath?
The one with Michelle Pfeiffer?
That's a horror film, right?
Yeah.
Or that's a
Oh,
horror
that's what
thriller.
It's like
That's
a
a really
thriller.
at the
Yeah.
cabin by the lake.
So good.
That's a good one. That was a good one. That was a good
But
one.
I don't think that's as good as Presumed Innocent.
Probably not.
I don't think so either, but man, it is.
I
Now-
think we
now
What
wait
can't.
a minute.
regarding Harry?
Henry.
Regarding Henry, yeah.
No.
I just can't remember what happened in that movie.
What about Steel Magnolia? Never mind.
He
Wrong.
wasn't in
He
that.
was-
I know. Otherwise, that'd be my top one. Okay.
So, okay. So,
I did love Steel
I
Magnolia.
love that movie.
So
okay,
do I.
but we can't say any of the Jack Ryan movies because we have to rank those, and those are one of his franchises.
So you want to now remove Jack
we are
Ryan
removing
out?
Jack Ryan. So Fugitive.
why don't we remove Harrison Ford
So
from the
exactly.
conversation?
So let's remove Harrison Ford out of the picture, and let's start this over.
You know
Best-
Okay, so
Best
Vern
co-star
Troyer
of
movies.
Harrison Ford.
We have now moved to Vern Troyer,
This is
and we have to
R.I.P.
take
Vern.
Okay.
we
Troyer.
have to take Mini-Me out of the equation. How do we do this?
okay.
Wasn't he in a Kid Rock video?
No, that's not Mini-Me.
I know.
That's Joe C. Isn't that his name?
Yes.
Yes.
And he died too.
No, okay.
R.I.P.
So
and
remove.
the last
Now we're not
Munchkin
gonna
just
have
died.
time.
R.E.P. every little person.
The
R.I.P.
last, yeah, the
Not
last,
R.E.P.
the last
What
Wizard
the
of
hell
Oz.
is R.E.P.?
Not Billy Barty. He died a while ago. Billy Barty.
I
don't
only
even-
know so many.
Willow's still
Okay,
with
okay,
us.
so-
That's all I got to say.
Okay, so who puts Blade Runner as number one?
You
I
only know
would.
so many little people.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
one
I
more
would.
than you do.
Do you all put Blade Runner as number? They can't tell when I'm saying.
Because I would say Blade Runner has to be number one because I think that defined him as much as Indiana Jones at the time, but I think that made him a serious actor.
I do too.
Where he was fantastic.
Okay,
and,
so you're all saying Blade Runner is
Are you
what?
saying Blade Runner?
I think he went from like movie star pop culture to Blade Runner. It was like, oh, this guy is the real deal.
He can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I think he did that with these other things. Like Witness is one of my favorites.
Witness is so good. Okay, but you guys want Blade Runner as number one.
Blade Runner's number one. We agreement?
Yeah, I would go Blade Runner. number
Okay.
one.
Audience, you agree with that? Yes.
Okay.
Thumbs up works on a podcast. Excellent.
Number two, Fugitive.
I think The Fugitive. Yeah, for sure.
Chris doesn't.
I don't think it's.
I understand that you say it's formulaic, but we're talking about
It's so
I don't-
good.
in a way.
Freaking good.
In a way, it started the formulaic process because,
but-
like, if you
hold
look at
on.
movies before that, especially with two leading actors opposing each other the way
Sure.
they did
It
with
was-
Tommy Lee
it
Jones,
was
David
very
Harris Ford,
cutting
and-
edge, I think, at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're.
When
Oh,
did
it
The
was so
Fugitive come out?
brilliant.
I would say
93.
93, 94.
93, but let me figure this out.
Wasn't that before the 90s?
No,
Are you still
93.
Are you still looking at Vern Troyer?
No, I was trying to think that
It was Joe
Do
C.
we like Witness
I
or The
think-
Fugitive better? What do you
even you
like?
got that
My
wrong.
name is
I
Kid.
think
You want Witness?
are we excluding
No, I
Jack
think-
Ryan or not? Because I
Martha
think
says
We're
we're-
excluding Jack Ryan unless
then
we
I will
run out
go.
of
I'll go
time.
with Witness or The Fugitive and then Witness.
We have 5 minutes to
Okay,
get to both things.
so we say Blade Runner,
Blade Runner.
The Fugitive, Witness in
Yes.
that order.
Oh, Oh, we got
We
applause.
won.
That never happens.
Okay.
Applause
Now-
and a thumbs up.
That
Now.
never happens.
We have 10 minutes, nine
No,
minutes.
no, you don't know the schedule. We have 5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes
5 minutes.
to rank his franchises now. So Indiana Jones, Star Wars, or the Jack Ryan movies.
Well, and then I would even throw Blade Runner as a franchise.
And Blade Runner's a franchise.
Because
no, we
it's
can't
two
be on
movies
both
in.
lists, cheaters.
What about Ender's
I
Game?
gave up a spot for you people to have Blade Runner. You're not putting it on both lists
Ender's Game, number 1.
with a bullet. No.
That's because of Asa Butterwipe.
Ew.
Butterfield.
Oh, yeah, I got it wrong.
Butterface?
Buttfield?
Asa Butterface.
Oh, God. Okay.
He was almost Spider-Man.
I like.
Almost.
I like.
Just like Rob
Which
was-
of these?
Well,
three?
if we're saying
Okay.
Harrison Ford,
Are we talking about his character in these?
character in these? It's Indiana Jones.
which
number 1.
series
number one, I
is
would say
best?
it. Yeah.
It's
Well, come on.
Indy. It's Indy.
Indiana
Indy
Jones.
is,
him, yes.
It's
Indy
him.
is number 1, right?
Indiana Jones. Although I do love Han Solo. I love him as Han Solo.
I love him
it's
too.
Indy.
He's horrible and he's
I do
horrible.
too.
Exactly.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Then Han
right.
Solo. Then Jack Ryan.
The real winner of Star Wars is
maybe
the
he's the
Ewoks.
Force, but he's not.
Okay.
I don't believe in
did
some
we already
all-powerful
finish it?
force
Although
controlling
Chuck
everything.
Norris was the Force in Star Wars.
Okay, so did we already finish it? It's Indiana Jones, then Han Solo, and then Jack Ryan.
No.
Ender.
What just happened?
No, Ender's not a series.
We're not even. Ender's not here right now.
What about Car Wash? We haven't gotten back to Car Wash.
Car Wash? He wasn't in Car Wash.
So what about? No, we did because I think I just stroked down again.
Yeah.
We have
We have 3 characters.
Jack Ryan, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Blade Runner.
No, Blade Runner's not on both lists.
You know,
Why not?
It is now.
No.
it is Han Solo's too. I mean, it's because it's so iconic.
Yeah.
It's even though it was an ensemble, he transcended everything.
He did.
He got
But we're talking just about his character.
right, but it's
So
Han
his
Solo.
character.
Right, so
My wife will walk in here
I
in
said
20
Han
minutes with a
Solo
Han
should
Solo
be
T-shirt on.
Twice. Number 2.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Jack Ryan, number 3.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know what, Jim from The
Wait, did
Office
you
is
say
going to
Star
be
Wars
Jack
number
Ryan
1?
in 2 months, and he's going to kill it.
Yeah,
He's gonna
Indiana
be
Jones
awesome.
is clearly number
And
1.
also there's
Right?
been
Yeah.
there's been many people playing Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
But only one person.
But only one
played-
Ben Affleck.
Only one Ben Affleck. I mean, there's only one
Indy.
Indy. There's only one Blade
No,
Runner.
Now there's a new Han Solo.
there's a
though.
new Han. I think it was
I didn't say Han, but I mean that was a prequel.
Well, he's
They had
Han.
to
The new
make
one
it
is
a-
Han. So
They didn't have to. They could have de-aged
Welcome to the Midwest,
him.
folks.
They could have paid the CG to de-age him like they did Michael
Let's
Douglas.
Google that.
he played
Like
Jack
he
Ryan
did
twice.
Russell.
Kurt
Current,
Russell.
Present Danger, and Patriot Games. And then the next one, it was Ben Affleck.
No, I thought Affleck was first. Wasn't
No.
it?
Alec Baldwin was first with Hunt for Red October.
Yes.
Then it was 2 Harrison Ford movies. And then it was Ben Affleck.
But nobody cares.
now it's
you know
gonna be
why?
Jim from
Because
The
it's
Office.
Jim from
Well,
The
he cares 'cause
Office,
he just
and he is
asked us.
going to kill it.
But he can't talk.
It's going to be a very quiet place.
That movie was fantastic.
Boo.
That was.
Did you not see? did
No,
you see
I'm
the bit?
booing him.
Oh, okay.
No, we're-
yeah, we
You're
can boo
safe.
him.
You know,
Quiet
we'll
Place
see
is
it.
fantastic.
Is it on Redbox yet? Because then we'll see it.
I think
no,
it's
wait.
coming out soon.
Is it free at the library? Because then we'll see it. No, wait. Is it on HBO yet? No. TNT?
What are you talking
Then we'll
about?
see it.
Who's seen A Quiet Place? Fantastic. You agree? Thank you. Fantastic.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see
quiet.
it.
Who?
Fantastic.
Me?
Oh,
I'm
Rob.
like, I'm
You're
just
not
over here.
talking.
I'm just over here Googling how many Jack Ryan movies he's been in.
That's what
Five.
she said.
He's been in 2.
I know, but I
Oh,
don't
little
believe
office
you.
joke. Terrible. Are we done yet?
I think we're done.
Did we come up with this?
Okay, Indy,
Did it matter?
Han, Jack Ryan.
Okay. You guys good with that?
I'm good with it.
Yes.
And the
I'm very
top
good with that.
movies are Blade Runner, Fugitive Witness.
Yes!
Nailed it. Okay.
Honorable mention to Car Wash. All right, thank you, everybody. That was Pop Culture Countdown. For updates about upcoming SMG Podcast Marathons, follow us on Twitter at SMG Pods, on Facebook at Southgate Media Group, or go to our website and sign up for our email list at southgatemediagroup.com. Thanks again for listening.